Hey, welcome to The Explainer. You know, in the world of education, we're always searching for that one thing, that key that really unlocks a student's potential. Well, today we're going to dig into one of the most powerful keys there is, the incredible link between how teachers work together and how well their students actually learn.
All right, so let's just jump right in with a huge question. I want you to think about all the things a school does. The curriculum, the technology, class sizes, all of it. Out of everything, what is the single biggest factor for student success that a school can actually control? And you know what? The answer isn't some fancy new program or a shiny piece of tech. It's a belief. It's called Collective Teacher Efficacy, or CTE for short. And what it is this shared, rock-solid belief among a school's staff that together, as a team, they can make a positive difference for every single student, no matter what challenges they're facing.
And look, this isn't just some feel-good, fluffy idea. This is backed by some serious research. Guys like John Hattie have shown that CTE is one of the strongest, if not the strongest, predictors of student achievement out there. To put it simply, it has a bigger impact than most of the other interventions and programs schools spend their time and money on. It's a huge deal.
So let's really dig into this. What is this efficacy effect, and why on earth does it matter so much? Here's what's so incredible about CTE. It's more than just being confident. It's a resilient belief system that kind of acts like a shield or a buffer. I mean, it is so powerful that it can actually help level the playing field, overcoming outside challenges that people often think are impossible to beat, like a student's socioeconomic background.
So, if we agree this collective belief is basically an educational superpower, then the obvious next question is, how on earth do you build it? How does a bunch of individual teachers come together and create this incredible collective force?
Well, the answer is all about the engine that powers it. So let's take a look at the mechanism that really gets this thing going.
And the answer, honestly, is super straightforward. The engine that drives collective teacher efficacy is collaboration. Simple as that. It's when teachers get to work together, really work together, in specific, meaningful ways that they build the trust and see the proof they need to truly believe in their combined impact.
But, and this is a really important distinction, not all collaboration is the same. On one hand, you've got simple cooperation. You know, sharing a worksheet here and there, having an occasional meeting. That's nice, but it's not going to build efficacy. On the other hand, you have what we'll call deliberate collaboration. This is the good stuff. It's planned, it's focused on real student evidence, and it builds this deep sense of shared responsibility. It's the difference between thinking about my students and thinking about our students.
So what does this deliberate collaboration actually look like in practice? Well, it's not just random chats. It usually follows a really smart cycle. Teams get together to plan. Then they go act on those plans in their classrooms. Then they assess the impact by looking at actual student work. And here's the most important part. They come back together to reflect on what happened. This creates this amazing continuous loop of getting better together.
Okay, so you can't just send out a memo saying, collaborate more, right? It doesn't work that way. This kind of collaboration needs the right environment, the right conditions to really grow.
To really make CTE a reality, you need the right ingredients. It's like a whole ecosystem. You absolutely have to have leaders who model and support collaboration. You need a culture of trust and respect so people feel safe enough to be vulnerable and try new things. And it's all got to be built on shared goals and a relentless focus on what's actually happening with students. It's a whole cultural shift.
Now, looking at that list, you might be thinking, wow, that's a lot. That sounds really hard. So the question is this just a nice theory, or is there a real practical framework out there that is actually designed to build these conditions from the ground up? The good news is the answer is a big yes. Let's actually look at a blueprint that has this stuff baked right into its DNA.
And that blueprint is the International Baccalaureate's Primary Years Program. You'll hear it called the PYP. The entire thing is designed around something called a transdisciplinary model, which basically makes deep, real collaboration a total non-negotiable. It's not an add-on, it's the whole point.
So check out this table, because it really gets to the heart of why the PYP is different. See, while other programs might be multidisciplinary or interdisciplinary, connecting subjects, the PYP is transdisciplinary. That means learning isn't organized by math, science, and history. It's organized around huge, universal themes, and all the subjects are just tools you use to explore them. It's about transforming knowledge, not just putting it into different subject boxes.
So what does that actually look like in a school, day to day? It means everybody, the classroom teacher, the art teacher, the music teacher, the PE coach, everybody gets together to build one single program of inquiry for the whole school. They don't plan in their own little silos. They have to collaboratively plan these big units that cross over all the subject lines, which forces them to act like one unified team.
And you can see the results of this structure pretty clearly here. When you look at how different models are set up to support collaboration and build CTE, the PYP's approach is off the charts. Why? Because collaboration isn't just an event they schedule. It's the very foundation of how the curriculum is built.
So what's the big takeaway from all of this? It's that the direct path to creating one of the most powerful forces in student achievement, that collective teacher efficacy, is through collaboration that is structured, reflective, and always focused on the evidence.
And that really leaves every one of us with a final, really important question to think about for our own schools and our own teams. Is collaboration just an activity on a to-do list, or is it treated as the actual engine that drives your success?